How's it going, kids? It's me, RDV, and I'm here with my ever faithful little sidekick, Zach.
I am nobody's sidekick. I am co-partner, sir.
Co-partner.
I am no one's Robin. I am Booster Gold or I am nothing.
Oh, you're my Blue Beetle.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll be Blue Beetle.
I'll be Booster Gold.
That's fine.
Hey, it works out for us. And tonight, we're live with your mother.
Never mind. I don't want to be Blue Beetle. I don't want to be associated anymore.
Hi,
everybody.
That was perfect Blue Beetle. The good Blue Beetle, the Ted.
They're both okay. Jaime's okay.
Jaime sounds like something as a woman's thing that breaks.
No, don't be nasty with it. Jaime Reyes isn't all right. Jaime Reyes was basically Miles Morales. Miles Morales.
The fact that his name is Jamie and they call him Jaime because they don't want to pronounce
it's the
Jamie.
Accent. No, it's how they pronounce it in Spanish.
Hi, me. I'm the Hulk.
I'm sure you don't experience this up there in the Great White North.
Dave, I gotta ask you, who or what is the Hulk? Why is the Hulk?
Where is Gamora? Or why is Gamora?
Yeah, why is it Gamora?
Why is it Gamora? Why isn't Gamora?
All right, so we do have a nice little good show for you guys tonight. We'll jump right into the comic books since we were kind of rushing last week. This week for me has been really fun. I'm having fun because of the fact that I have less books this week compared to last week. Next week I have a shit ton, but the week after that it's back to being normal again. It's one of the advantages of dropping books.
I had the really light week last week where I couldn't even honestly come up with a fifth book, so I only really bought 4. But then this week I've got like 9. So yeah, it's weird. It's all over the place.
Hey Phil, how's it going?
What's up? Phil's here. Muranya's here.
Yeah.
Saying no wonder Blue Beetle wants to dissociate himself from you.
Oh, I still got that dry throat thing going. I was sick.
Water.
I was sick about 2 weeks ago, and it's a lingering cough.
My brother has that. It wasn't COVID. He tested himself several times, but yeah, he's been having this lingering cough for like 2 or 3 weeks.
I had it never really went into like respiratory. It was always kind of like my nose got really. I started with a dry throat, then it went to my nose started draining. I had to blow my nose, but after that, it kind of went away. So I don't know. I do have mild asthma, so maybe my lungs are just kind of still messed up from that. But it is kind of dry in the house. They had air on because Canada's still burning, and when the wind's out of the northeast, we get the smoke up here. So fun.
I heard they arrested somebody for starting some of those fires.
Was it Trudeau?
No, it was like this really old, crazy looking guy.
Sure, let's put it on the old crazy looking guy. We all know it's the government.
Maybe they just picked some mentally ill person and we're like, hey,
we have no idea how it started, but we're gonna choose this guy here.
We'll put this money in your account. Our leader will burn the forest, and you just take credit for it. I don't know. I'm Tinfoil Hat Boy. That's my superhero name over the last 2 days. I've been coming up with wild ideas out the wazoo. So,
Tinfoil Hat Boy.
Tinfoil Hat Boy.
No more hot take. He says tinfoil.
Just tinfoil.
Tinfoil with the hot takes.
Tinfoil. Don't put me in a microwave. That'll blow up.
In Spanish, it's ¿Dónde está el Joco?
¿Dónde está el Joco? La biblioteca?
¿Cómo estás, Sino Dave?
10 quesadillas, por favor. Grande.
Taco Bell.
No. Taco Bell's not real Spanish.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
People from Mexico go to Taco Bell and they're like, what is this? This isn't tacos or burritos.
And it tastes better than what they have.
No,
Anyway, hello to Mr. Evil Black Cat. And let's just jump right into the comic books here.
Sure.
Off the top right here, I'm looking at the first row, man. You can tell in League of Comic Geeks, which we use, it's a free website. You create a free account. It takes less than a minute. so by this is basically they list their comic books by the number of people who have it marked as their pull list on this website. And I still don't understand how Nightwing is always in first. Do you notice that?
I don't get it. Maybe it's like maybe there are bot accounts that are following.
That's the only thing I can think of because
to his credit, I do own 3 issues or 4 issues of Nightwing.
Whenever there's not a Batman book coming out, whether it's not Detective or bigger Batman, Nightwing seems to be released, and he seems to be seen in the first place here.
Nightwing is a likable character,
but I gotta say,
and then Tom Taylor writes a decent art.
I have no personal hatred for Tom Taylor, other than his writing sucks. But World's Finest, I don't understand how that's not first place every single time.
It really should be.
Superman can float in third or second, whatever, but like
Superman's still relatively new. Like this is only issue number 5, so I think it makes sense that would be in the 5th spot.
And I gotta say, Josh Williams is kicking ass on this. With basically the past couple of issues, it feels really Silver Age too, with some of the hijinks in here, especially Jimmy Olsen in the last issue.
I like seeing Jimmy Olsen again.
Jimmy Olsen's back in this issue again as well.
Yep.
All right, so I'll go first. I'm gonna go to my number 5, and the way for those who are new here, basically the way we do things is that I will have 5 books, and Zach has 5 books, and 5 is my least anticipated, but it's not the worst, but we count it down to what I think is gonna be the best personally for me, not for the whole business, but for me. Zach does the same thing, I believe. But I forgot about Titans 2 coming out this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably pick. I didn't hate the first issue. I think Tom Taylor does better writing team books or like books with a larger cast. So I'll probably pick it up.
So my number 5 for this week is Guardian of the Galaxy number 3. It's the reason I'm actually picking it up because it's different than the normal Guardians. I actually put in it. You still hear me on that?
Yeah, you're still
hear me?
Kind of roboted. Yeah, okay. You roboted a little bit. But
it's because of stupid ads. I'm using Opera, and I have to quick block ads. Anyway, so Groot is pretty much the villain. It's devouring worlds. And we don't know how it happened, but all we know is that we haven't seen Rocket yet. But we don't, it's been Nebula, Star-Lord, Gamora, Mantis, and Drax. And they're trying to go, as they make their way, they're trying to evacuate people out of the way of the path of destruction. And meanwhile, Groot is just basically back to being, I guess, in the very beginning, someone had said that he was almost like a nightmare. He was like a monster like this?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if this is a callback, but this is Lanzing and Kelly, I believe, doing this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, I want to see where this goes because usually it's just like Groot's like, I am Groot, and that's it. Like, this is the most interesting Groot spin for me.
Well, Donny Cates did have him talking and using like full sentences for a bit. So I don't know if they reverted him back to I am Groot, but I know during Donny Cates' run, first of all, Donny Cates also gave him like a mullet, like a tree mullet, which was really metal and cool. But then he also like had him like talking using full sentences. That was pretty interesting, but it was also kind of weird. So I am more interested, like you're saying, about this Groot Ball thing.
Yeah, hopefully they actually keep going with this, because honestly, this is a much different story than normal Guardians. This is like almost like a horror version of the Guardians. Like, you got Groot, who's like this unstoppable nightmare, version of himself. There's no happy Rocket, or just Rocket fighting with Quill. Quill's not even his normal self. Quill's kind of like depressed.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't know if he blames himself for this matter, whether he caused it or not. But we're supposed to be getting maybe an actual explanation, because it says Bittersweet Reunion. Guardians find themselves face to face with their old teammate Groot, but he's not the friend that they remember. Will this happy reunion be a happy reunion or all out massacre? And then it may be the latter, as the rift between this family runs deep, because they all don't really like each other on this either. They're all kind of bitter towards each other.
Yeah.
And this isn't the Gamora that's in love with Peter. Same thing, vice versa. Isn't Peter in love with Gamora?
Well, that's the thing. In the comics, Gamora and Peter have never really been
Yeah.
romantically involved.
So if you're going into this, reading this, and you've just been watching the fan of the movies, you're not getting the movie version.
Yeah.
Although you're getting the movie
You're
lineup.
getting the movie character. Yeah, you're getting the movie characters.
Just but you're not getting. It's almost it's in a sense where it's like, at first I'm like, oh, are they gonna have where Quill likes Gamora and Gamora doesn't like him whatsoever? They're gonna kind of like copy the movie, but no. Honestly, I do think this book could be higher than a 4 out of 5 lately for me since it's been for some of the issues. Not really a 5, but it's not really a mid. It's been slightly above mid. I'm hoping if they bring in a Rocket to this, it'll actually improve it, because that's one that I missed about the whole Guardians with Dan Abnett and Local Landing. You had the exchange between Rocket and Peter, calling each other, fighting, the infighting. And everyone had a chance, talking to it, and everyone's just basically making up bullshit, saying like, "Wow, this person did this, and this person did this. It's their fault." This is kind of a dark Guardians of the Galaxy, so I mean, I'm hopefully they this does brighten up a little bit, but we'll see where it's going to go. But it's my number 5.
Right on. All right, my number 5. We kind of just briefly talked about it already. We're going to go to DC Comics. We got Titans issue number 2 this week coming out. That's going to be my number 5. Like I said, read the first issue, just kind of morbidly curious to see if what Tom Taylor was going to do, and it did not suck. It was not terrible. Yeah, so there was a lot of, now some people were speculating because of how his first issue went. A lot of people were like, "Oh, he's already killed off Wally West." Wally's not dead. Okay, he's got his own title coming here, and he's got a relaunch coming here in a few months. But yeah, I like the lineup. I like seeing Cyborg and Beast Boy and Donna Troy. Starfire, even though she's not in the classic costume. I like seeing them all together again. This is what I wanted back when they had Teen Titans Academy, but then they had all the obnoxious, stupid new kids get in the way. But yeah, Tom Taylor does good with a team book. If you read Deceased, read Injustice, any of those are entertaining. Nightwing, whenever he goes off on Nightwing being like this socialist and everything, that's where it gets bizarre for me. But yeah, with the first issue, they find out they think Wally's dead, and so the Titans they set out to investigate it. That's why they're using the not so clever title "Death in the Family" on the cover. It's been done, guys. This isn't even a Batman book. You shouldn't be using that. But yeah, like I said, good artwork as well. Nicola Scott, I think this art is really good. It really pops with the characters. I think she does good by them. And yeah, I'm kind of interested. So they've had Peacemaker kind of showing up in all these different places with this Dawn of DC. Obviously, he's trying to keep people on Amanda Waller's side, and the Titans turn him down, saying they work for everybody. They don't just work for the American government, which I like. I like the way that was written. And but yeah, other than that, not a lot to say. Just hoping that Titans issue 2 continues to be a solid book. If it doesn't keep my interest, it's one of the ones that's on the chopping block for me, because my pull list has grown with all of the Skybound Image comic announcements, and then some Dawn of DC. They've got some new DC books coming out down the line in September. So it's like, oh darn, these are some good looking new books. So this one is on the chopping block. We'll see how issue 2 goes.
Yep.
So, but I think if Tom Taylor does do a good job, I think it has potential to be one of the top 5.
And that's the thing we've always said about Tom Taylor. He's bad on some things and he's good on other things.
Right.
And Justice was good.
And Justice was great. I think it might have went on a little longer than it needed to.
And it's
DC's kind of the same.
The first part of DC's was good, and then the last part he brought it back. This was last year.
Yeah,
it was not that great.
I liked the ending. I did not like some of the in-between stuff that he did. And even really, honestly, it wasn't so much the writing. It was more he had different artists for all of them. So if he had the same artist with them, it might have been better. But yeah.
But overall, like I said, Wally's not dead. Why?
Nope.
Because he appears in the new issue of Generation Joker.
Yeah, but that's an Elseworlds. He's also got that new. I know you're not looking forward to the new Cy Spurrier run. Also, it's been spoiled because DC books come out on Tuesday, so people are already talking about this one on Twitter.
I
But
guess that
there is a really. This is not the cover I'm looking for. I normally don't go for the variants because the variants cost more, but there is a really nice variant. It's the swimsuit variant.
yeah.
But you can't get it. Ah, no. Okay. Well, I'll have to show you all on Thursday.
Oh,
Oh, hey, there you go. Yeah.
yeah. I was just trying not to freeze. That's all.
There's one reason that book that cover wins over all the others.
Oh, it's because Donna
Jughead.
and has been back there, right?
No, it's Starfire. What are you talking about?
Jughead. Hello.
That's the closest we get to the classic Starfire outfit right there. So there's a few other good ones. I think Devin Doc Shaner has a variant. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What they should have done had the cooler open up and then just had a bunch of ice cold Bud Lights sticking out.
Oh God.
Just to trigger more people. To him, I'm saying is, yeah, his number 5 is Pandora. I think. I can't.
Yeah, that's right. Pandora. Pandora
5.
I think he meant top 5.
Okay. Punctuation is your friend.
I think that's the Frank Miller. Frank Miller Presents. That's one of his the books coming from that imprint.
Okay. All right, I'll go to my number 4. Let's see. And if I can find it. Here it is. Number 4 is White Knight, Generation Joker.
Nice.
This has been a fun book. The art is not it's Mirka Andolfo.
Mm-hmm.
And Mirka Andolfo is not, like I said, it's not really the best artist. And she sucks even worse as a writer. But we do get to see Jon Stewart appear in this, which was really cool. And then we get to see another version of Wally West, even more of as far as Superman. Well, an outlay of him. So they are world building with this series. If you're just sitting on because it's not Sean Gordon Murphy, they are building up the world and revealing more stuff about what's going on. Characters that
the cover that's a Sean Gordon Murphy cover though, isn't it?
It is.
Okay.
He does the main cover.
Good. Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, but then you have the Mateo Scalera variants, and then the Mirka Andolfo. So basically, as we saw on the cover here, that's supposed to be Poison Ivy, and that's supposed to be Neo Joker, the other Harley Quinn.
That's right. Yeah, the other Harley Quinn. Yeah,
who are actually a lesbian couple in this, because it makes sense because the real Harley wasn't a lesbian,
right?
But
the real Harley is with Bruce Wayne now, which kind of works.
Yeah,
kind of works.
They're not really committed lovers. Like, they're kind of like they're just kind of whatever. Agent Prince, Wonder Woman, is works for the FBI, and they want the Joker program at all costs. We don't know why, but they want to have the drive that Joker's on, And this is a continuation of when he took the kids out in the Batmobile and show them his that he's not the Joker. That Jack is not his own. That this is to show him the real stuff. And they run into his old hideout where he met this club where he met Harley, their mother. When they fell in love, everything. They end up running into a trap, and it has the ventriloquist, his daughter there, who wants revenge on Jack Napier. He's gonna take it on the kids. This was actually the interior art is actually getting better. Mirka Andolfo, I applaud you. You're doing something good. That's not always the case with most people. But overall, like I said, it's just John Gordon Murphy's wife. It's Katana Collins who's writing this. If you love the Harley Quinn series that she did, that was her. She wrote it. Art is a little subpar because it's Mark and Delpha, but you really don't notice because the whole story that's going on is actually like really good. And I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes after the series. Are we gonna have Beyond the White Knight, Superman? You know, there's no Justice League in this universe, as we've seen. The heroes don't really know one another. Well, they do, but they don't really show any powers. So
what if Sean Gordon Murphy? What if he does the Snyder? What if he ends up doing an equivalent to the Snyderverse, where Batman is like the old veteran hero, and like Superman's new, and Wonder Woman doesn't know anyone, but they all come together, and Batman's like the old mentorish figure of the
and
team.
That'd be
awesome.
Little tiny spoiler was Bruce does meet Wally West in this, but there's no hint of powers. Wally. Well, it doesn't mean it isn't though. But I said this is a fun book, and it's really giving me Batman Beyond vibes. This is continuing. This is continuing. Well, we just had the Batman Beyond stuff, so we have the Joker gangs. So I'm just like, oh, kind of like because we can't. I mean, I would love to have Batman Beyond come back as an ongoing again. Screw you, DC, for canceling Dan Jurgens' run. That's awesome. We were gonna get a Justice League Beyond. That would have been awesome. But of course, we had to cancel that. We had to cancel Hawkman to make room for all these other crappy series like Tim Drake, Robin. Who gives a shit about that? But anyway, that's my number 4. Am I moving, or are you staying on this one?
No, this actually did not make my top 5.
I guess you don't want to be cool.
It was only a matter of time before that came up. My number 4 is a book that you have told me you do not like, and that is Vigil, number 2 from Ram V.
It's called what?
Vigil.
Hold on.
Did I block out?
Vigil. Oh, okay. Yeah, I did a little bit. So the Vigil.
You might have passed it, I think.
It's right there.
Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. Yeah. So okay. First of all, Ram V. That should be all I need to say right there. But in case you need a little bit more, issue number 1 kind of dived into a little bit about what the Vigil is. It's a secret spy organization. Think kind of like S.H.I.E.L.D., but not as big. Like it's a small number of people. They've got these operatives that have some superpowers. They're kind of creative with the superpowers. Based out of India, I believe, which makes sense because that's where Ram V is from. I believe that's where the artist is Lalit Kumar Sharma. But really, really cool story. I got Planetary vibes from the first one. Warren Ellis's Planetary. I kind of got some vibes of that mixed in here. I thought it was really cool, handled really creatively. It left me wanting more at the end of the first issue, so now we're finally getting issue number 2. I'm hoping that this ends up being a long-running kind of like Checkmate or one of those other, DC spy type titles. I really dig it. It's just really cool having a nice superhero spy book again. So if that's something you like, if you like a spy book, like if you liked Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., Secret Warriors, like I said, Checkmate, or the OMAC Project, this might be something up your alley that you might want to check out. And it's Ram V who writes quality. I have yet to read something from him that is less than brilliant. So yeah, definitely check it out. It's 32 pages. It's the typical DC $4, $3.99. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to more.
Cool.
And so far, 19 out of 20 people that have read it on League of Comic Geeks give it a 4.1 rate. It's got like a 95% rating right now on League of Comic Geeks. So.
All right, and then number 4 for Tehillim is Street Fighter.
Nice.
All right.
Hadouken!
All right. Jump over here. Go to Superman number 5 or number 3.
Well, it is number 5. It's just your number 3.
Yep. All right. Been having fun with this book. Didn't think I'd have fun with the Superman title. It's been a while since I've actually read one that I actually really enjoyed. Well, not long for me, but I mean long for for DC to put out one that's actually enjoyable. I didn't care for War of Superman. I didn't care for any of the New 52 Superman. I thought that was kind of boring. I did like the whole Lois and Clark series, though. That was fun for Rebirth. But for me, though, this issue is really going in it's almost like Silver Age hijinks. Silver Banshee, Jimmy Olsen, who's in love with Silver Banshee. They had to team up to stop Silver Banshee, who screams she's throwing out Phantom Zones because he's connected to the Phantom Zone, so she's letting Phantoms out and stuff. It is just insane. Meanwhile, we have Lex Luthor, who's actually in prison, communicating with Superman, and they're working together to better the world. And Clark is it does I don't trust him, but I just he does have some good ideas. It's Clark, you're being teaming up with the devil. So like last issue we found out that Lex wasn't the first person. He wasn't the bad guy. It was when he came to Metropolis. When he came to Metropolis, he was basically remember if you remember correctly in the last issue, there was these two brothers. Now these two brothers look like Howard Stern and someone else. They're so badly drawn, but they're we're gonna amp up all Superman's villains as experiment. And they're obviously Lex Luthor is in the past had defeated them or stopped them temporarily. He thought so. Now they're back. They want revenge. They want against Luthor, and Superman's in the way. So of course, in order to distract Superman, they have to amp up his villains. This would be the third villain they've amped up. First one was Parasite, and then we had another one last issue. Wasn't it? Actually, no. Parasite took up 2 issues.
Yeah, I think Silver Banshee is the second.
Silver Banshee is the second. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, she's the second villain. Honestly, it's good to see Silver Banshee getting some more love and respect. The last time I saw Silver Banshee was on Supergirl series. She was done dirty.
Yep. You're right.
But overall, very fun issue. Jamal Campbell's art in here has been awesome. And we have what's his name? Josh Williamson writing it.
Yep.
So honestly, we're not seeing any more of the Super Twins. We're not seeing Connor. We're not seeing Kara in this. It is just straight up Superman fighting against villains. And that's what I miss from most Superman comics. When it's just him, he doesn't need the super family to do stuff where he can do this. He used to, if he had to, he would call the League. If it was a threat. Now he's I don't need the League. I just got my family. Come on, guys. But overall, it's been a fun book, and I'm gonna stick with it. See where it goes. I'm not sure how long Josh Williams could be on this. Because isn't he leaving to do? Or I don't know if he's going to leave. But
I don't know. I hope he stays on this. But yeah, he's got Green Arrow. They just announced he's writing Batman and Robin coming out.
G.I. Joe.
And he's got the 2 G.I. Joe books. Yeah.
So
he's got a lot of plates spinning.
This book might suffer, or he might only write 20 issues and someone else takes over.
Maybe.
No.
I think that he would probably. I mean, I don't know how much weight he pulls, but I would imagine he would want somebody that continues doing the same kind of work he does.
Jeff Johns.
I wouldn't hate it. I don't know if he would, but I wouldn't hate it if he did. But
I guess some people would hate it because apparently Jeff Johns takes forever him to put a book out. That's what we're hearing on Twitter.
I think it's DC screws up the release schedule because I mean a lot of these books are well written and drawn and they're ready to go. But
isn't DC still going through Diamond?
I think they stopped.
Or is it Marvel that goes through Diamond?
I don't think anybody's
one of them goes through.
Marvel might still send some stuff through them, but I know they go through some of the other distributors. I think DC stopped going through Diamond.
Yeah, I think it's Marvel that goes through Diamond because DC goes to the Penguin
Penguin Publishing House. Yeah.
Yeah.
So DC comes out a day early. They come out on Tuesdays. I think that might be why.
Well, they also get the DC a week ahead.
Yeah, all that too. Yeah.
Well, yeah, my shops get the both of them. They get the DC books a week ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay.
anyway, all right, let's go to your number 3.
All right, we're staying right here.
All right.
Superman number 5, guys. If you have not been reading this is one of the DC books to be checking out. Joshua Williamson. Some people will say he's mid, but he just looks great because of the poor quality of all the other writers. Here's what I say. That's kind of poodoo because Joshua Williamson was on Flash for years and it never dipped in consistency. It was always a very fun, very lighthearted, almost like a callback to pre-52, that whole spirit of comics. And his Superman very much continues in that same tradition and that same vibe. RDV just talked about how it seems very Silver Age with him just fighting villains, and it's very light, and there's not a lot of the other super family. I will say some of the best panels that are in this though are when Superman and Lois are interacting.
Yeah,
there are some dynamite panels.
It feels like they're going to keep Lois in here, and that's about even at a brief minimum.
You catch brief glimpses of John. I mean, John is his son, so it makes sense that you're going to catch brief glimpses, but he's not like involved in the story.
Well, I wonder though the reason why you're not going to see him as much here, Connor, because they're in other books. They're actually doing continuity.
Yeah. Well, that's what Action Comics is. Action Comics is the Superman family book, pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm very much like you. I'm on board with the Superman book being just about Superman. You have Lois, of course. You've got Jimmy Olsen, Lex. You've got a supporting cast. But yeah, this is a dynamite book. The colors and the art by Jamal Campbell is fantastic. I like how they're going back and we're kind of like rediscovering these older Superman, because so far, I mean, look at the movies. The only Superman foes they ever use are Lex Luthor, Zod, and maybe Brainiac or Doomsday if it's an animated movie. So I like the attention that we're getting to these lesser known villains like Parasite, Silver Banshee. I would like to see maybe like Toyman or what's her name, the Lightning Girl.
Livewire.
Livewire.
And she was the first villain.
She was the first one? Oh, okay.
Yeah, in the first book. And then they had Parasite at the end. Remember?
Ah, okay.
I knew there was 3.
Yeah, okay. You're right.
I just couldn't remember who the third one was.
So yeah, this has been great though. It's very lighthearted. It's not like a huge long. Each issue kind of feels like it's its own story. Of course, with Silver Banshee, the previous one, issue number 4, it feels like a 2-parter. But there's little bits of this ongoing mystery. What is Lex? Because of course Lex Luthor has to be up to something. But I do like how Superman's working with them. Maybe he was a little uneasy at first, but now he's maybe thinking Lex could be redeemed, because that's what Superman does. He tries to see the good in everybody, and I think if anybody would have faith that Lex could be redeemed, it'd be Superman.
So I gotta confess, I already read this issue, so
I know you did. I know you did.
So I'll just say that last line: "Be ready for the shocking end that stabbed this series in the heart."
Mm-hmm.
That means something.
Uh-huh. Pirate. Anyway.
What's wrong with being a pirate?
Nothing. Hey, some of my favorite characters are pirates. But Superman number 5, guys, this is fantastic. You really should be checking it out. Let DC know that you like this kind of, this good take on Superman. It's not a Bendis take. There's none of Bendis's garbage is in here.
No.
It's fantastic. I say this is a 5-star book. Maybe I'm a little lenient with my 5 stars, but I think that this deserves to be up there.
Honestly, I can't wait to talk about this on Thursday because there's a lot of cool stuff that happened.
I also cannot wait to talk about. I can't wait to talk about several of these books on Thursday.
Yeah. All right, so let's go to my number 2.
Evil Black Cat does not like a redemption arc story for Lex Luthor. While you do that, I will look up to Helam. He says his number 3 book this week is Rogue Sun. That is his number 3.
Power Rangers book, right? Or is it Radiant Black?
No, I think it's Radiant Black. I think it's connected to the Radiant Black universe. That might be the one that's set in New Orleans. I'm not sure. Is that the one that's in New Orleans, to Helam? Let
Nolans.
me know. Nolans. And if you're in the chat and you haven't let us know what books you're getting, type it in and let us know what you're reading and what you're liking. Or if you like our books.
My number 2 is Ultimate Invasion number 1.
Oh.
I put it at number 2 because I don't know what's gonna be, if it's gonna hold up to it. It's what's supposed to be. I'm hoping that it's just turns out to be amazing. I know, Zach, you were a fan of this of Hickman. Ultimate Universe. I've been waiting for this for a while because they've been planting the seeds of Donny Cates' Venom with the Maker, discovering that that his world is still there and he escapes into it at the end. One of the Venom books. I'm really hoping that this, and Miles Morales is at the center of it all. So they're really going to push Miles being the hero, as it looks like. Yep, the Illuminati must form once again to stop the Maker from his plans, or perhaps rebuild the universe with Miles Morales at the center of it all. So yeah. Oh, as you said, I didn't care for the Ultimates, but I did like the fact that when Miles was in the Ultimate Universe, he fit better there. So, but as far as I know, they brought him and his mom over to the main universe.
Yeah.
But
actually, I think Miles and the Maker are really, well, no, Miles and the Maker are the only 2 characters I know of from the Ultimate Universe to carry over. But then they also did find a way to carry over Ultimate Thor's battle axe Mjolnir. That carried over.
Yeah, when he Unworthy Thor.
Unworthy Thor. So, but those are the only 3 things I think that ended up getting carried over from the Ultimate Universe was Miles, the Maker, and that Thor hammer. Bryan
Hitch doing the art on this. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yep.
So yeah, Lockjaw is going to be in here. I'm always funny. What's awesome, Lockjaw. Namor, Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Black Bolt, Black Panther, Franklin, Mr. Fantastic. Obviously. So $9 for 52. So, but
you're kind of roboting and skipping.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Blame Opera.
Darn you, Opera! So. You should use DuckDuckGo.
No. I would just normally use Firefox, but I don't like. I hate that Firefox is enabled to you can share just a tab and still have because otherwise, if I use Firefox, I can't see myself. I can't I can only see what I'm sharing. That's it. So I can't read your comments.
Yeah. Right.
But honestly, if it had been anybody but Hickman doing this for $9, I wouldn't buy it.
That's fair.
Hickman is a good writer. Honestly, if they're giving him full control for $9, it is supposed to drop in price as it goes to the next issues.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly, I want to see what's going to go with this because right now Marvel really has nothing else going on. But
I mean, Moon Knight and Guardians pretty much.
Yeah,
y'all know I'm reading Avengers and Fantastic Four, but other than that, yeah, by and large, they don't have a lot going on.
I mean, the fact they got Miles in his original costume, he's not wearing that stupid, ridiculous parachute pants, red pants, like I don't know, I don't understand that. So honestly, it looks like we got. I mean, when I first saw this, I'm like, oh, is this Ultimate Namor and Ultimate like Tony Stark?
No, they're all dead.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But what if they're not? If the ultimate universe is restored, what if those heroes are all restored over there?
Well, couldn't be because the Maker is Reed Richards from the Ultimate Universe.
But what if the Makers decided to use Franklin Richards to restore stuff? Who knows?
Maybe. Oh, interesting. We can
because Franklin Richards is involved in this too.
That's true. Maybe he will have something to do. That's a good point. I hadn't thought of that.
I mean, Earth 65 was destroyed too. Remember, all the Earths were destroyed when they collapsed. It was only down to the Ultimate Universe, the main universe.
Well, yeah, but then if you read Secret Wars, at the very end of Secret Wars, Reed and his family. That's why there was no Fantastic Four book for a while.
Yeah,
Reed
yeah.
and his family
So
were off
that means
restoring the
Ultimate
multiverse.
Universe has
Yeah,
probably been restored.
could be. Yeah, could be.
Imagine if he has an ultimate version of Franklin.
Well, the best version of Franklin was already in the Jonathan Hickman run.
The only thing I really, really hated about this, the whole Ultimate Universe. Well, there's a couple. Bob eating wasp was gross.
Well, that was Ultimatum was just a whole that should never have happened.
The Twincess.
That was Jeff Loeb.
Yeah.
Jeff Loeb has no business writing stories.
But the thing that really just I don't even want to talk about it. Shit. To me, it was this basically excuse to put Namor and Sue together in a relationship.
They weren't together for very long. It was like 2
No,
or 3
but she went down and she's like, "Oh, Namor," and they became lovers while Reed was evil. I was like, in order to become lovers, Reed has to be evil.
Reed wasn't evil when Namor first showed up in Ultimate Fantastic Four. He was around for like 2 or 3 issues.
Yes, but eventually Reed went evil.
Well, yeah, at the end of Fantastic Four, when Ultimate Fantastic Four ended, yeah.
Although I gotta say though, Jessica Alba version of Sue in the Ultimate Universe,
Ultimate Universe has the best Sue Storm.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say it. Absolutely.
But I don't know. It's gonna be interesting because I don't know how you revisit this. Does Miles remember being in Ultimate Universe? Is his memories restored and stuff? Who knows? I mean, hopefully, Miles is. I guess I hope they're putting him at the center of all of it. So don't fuck it up. And the fact that it's only Hickman though, there's no one else writing. Is what I really love about this. So, Dave, in the Ultimate Universe, you're actually funny. Figure that out. But yeah. So that's my number 2. What is your number 2, sir?
My number 2 is what I imagine your number 1 is.
Oh, is it really?
That is Batman Superman World's Finest. We are on issue number 16 of this fantastic title from the team of Mark Waid and Dan Mora. This I was actually not really feeling this latest story arc for a while, but then with last issue and the way it was going, I was like, okay. They pulled me back in. This has been a fantastic. Everybody should be reading World's Finest. Batman and Superman's name, it's right there on the cover. There's no reason, if you're a fan of either character, you should be reading this. You get this beautiful artwork. Dan Mora is a master artist. He knows how to fill up a page, not make pages seem redundant. There's always something new or action-packed going on. And then the stories from Mark Waid are fantastic. What he's doing with Batman and Superman, or whenever Robin or the Silver Age Teen Titans make an appearance. He's had right now Metamorpho is a big kind of guest starring character. So it's just a lot of fun, a lot of really obscure characters you don't see a whole lot of anymore, like the Metal Men. Look up there, even up there on the synopsis, Shaggy Man, G.I. Robot, Red Tornado, Chemo. You don't see a ton of these characters anymore.
Yeah, G.I. Robot. I'm like, suck your Joe.
Well, G.I. Robot was a member of the Creature Commandos for a while, actually. So yeah, you don't really see a whole lot of these anymore. And yeah, this has just been, like I said, last issue pulled me back in. I was kind of falling out of it for half of a second, but then they pulled me back in. Lot of fun, lot of action. Nothing. I can't think of a single negative part of this book. Everybody should be reading.
This is the best DC self-contained event.
Self-contained story or ongoing?
Well, what? It just normally would have been an event,
I don't know if
I'm surprised it's not, because Mark Waid's writing a story where all the cybernetic AIs are basically taking over the world. And
Yeah, I don't think I'd call that an event though. I think it's just a
well,
story.
normally this would be an event. Oh, AI, so we have to go every story. If this would have been like pre-52 or before, yeah, they would have turned this into an
Eh,
event.
maybe.
But I'm just thankful that it's not, because I said I like when you grant a story that's self-contained by one writer, so
Yeah.
you have the vision. You know, it's not like it is like other like Night Terror. I don't give a care about Night Terror. I'm not going to be reading Green Lantern Night Terror. I'm not reading anything else that has to do with Night Terror. If any of these issues cross over with Night Terror, I'm not reading it. I'm skipping it. I'm gonna wait till the book comes back to normal. Because honestly, it's a waste of money. I don't care about the event. I just want to have the book. I want to have Green Arrow. I want to have Green Lantern. I want whatever else, Batman or I just don't care for this. I think I'm really hoping World's Finest, the next issue, isn't gonna be like, oh, continuing in Night Terror. I don't want that crap. You know, like if you want to have a world event, cool, do it. But let the people who are writing the individual books, like Batman, Superman, let them just ignore the event. You know, or I don't know. It's can you imagine imagine them like we're gonna write this really awesome imagine if they instead of them doing de-age or aging up Jonathan Kent. Imagine if you would have had during Tomasi's run on Super Sons. Oh, we're gonna have Night Terrors just right in the middle of it and just fuck up everything. It's like, no, I don't want it. I don't want that. So I don't know. Metamorpho and the Middleman were guest characters in old World's Finest comics. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So
think
we're
I
gonna,
think Metamorpho actually was his first appearance was in World's Finest, or might have been DC Special.
yeah,
But
they've had the Doom Patrol, they've had, like I said, the Silver Age Teen Titan. Actually, the Teen Titans are getting their own World's Finest spinoff, which looks fun. Yeah, so you've got a lot of guest starring characters that have been
and
showing
that's
up.
the one thing I really like. This every character is written in character.
Yeah,
A lot of team ups in this too. It's really fun. But all right, I'm gonna start with my number 5 was Guardians Galaxy number 3, not Guardians 3. My number 4 was Generation Joker issue number 2. Number 3 was my number 5. Ultimate Invasion number 1 was my number 2, and of course, as Zach predicted, it's my number 1. World's Finest.
called it.
How can you not? It has every character hero you'd want in a story in one self-contained story, written in character. Batman and Superman teaming up. Robin pretty much in the Batmobile ready to die last issue because the Batmobile computer has been hijacked. It's just
Oh,
all
I
these.
forgot about that.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. You got all these different heroes teaming up. You got Oliver Queen teaming up with Ted Cord, both out of costume, both wearing freaking shock collars, being forced to build stuff. And obviously they're gonna be working with Batman because it's like and just have to if you have Amazo. I mean, this issue alone tells you exactly what's going on and how Amazo was created. You get to see some guest appearances of other heroes coming in, saving them, helping some of the day. It is just overall just great art, phenomenal art, I should say. Dan Mora. Not only that, you get to have Mark Waid, who, depending what I don't care what your opinion of him is, really, as a person, human being. A lot of people say stupid shit that I don't care about. The writing, he's not putting in the virtue signal. You're not getting the Megan Fitzmartin bullshit. You're not getting what Tom Taylor does. You're not. You're getting straight up what you would have got for him before New 52. This is Mark Waid pre 52 version writing this, and not only it's just it's almost like he remembered that, hey, I'm a fan of comic books. I'm pretty much just saying f you to anybody else who doesn't like this. You don't have to read it, and I'll put your money where your mouth is, basically, because he's basically, if this isn't selling real well at DC, if it's not, shoot DC, put it down. Seriously. Because when a guy's actually giving you, and Super J. Adams putting effort into these books, if they decide to cancel these books, they might as well just say, you know what, we're done. They're closing DC Comics because no one else is going to buy. No one's buying that crap. As Eric has pointed out, there's a war going on. there's shitty writers, but there's also good writers. There's good stuff and bad stuff. Honestly, I do hope that we are lucky enough to get at least one company that says screw you to the SGW crap bullshit, virtue signaling, and actually puts effort into putting in products that we actually want to consume. But then again, if maybe you like this stuff, let me know why. I love good storytelling. I don't need you telling me, hey, we identify with you, readers. No, it's not even a political bullshit. It's not a conservative or Democrat. It's just us wanting to escape into a fantasy world as a kid. That's all we want. That's why we watch stuff. That's why we love science fiction. So when you start putting real world politics and all that bullshit, mentioning COVID, we saw that what's happened to Netflix. What was that show? Resident Evil. They name dropped COVID twice in that series. Didn't get renewed. So there's hope. All right, so we're rambling, but let's go on to your number one.
All righty. My number one. So doing a little recap here.
Yeah.
Number 5, I'm getting Titans number 2. My number 4 book this week is going to be Vigil number 2. My number 3 is Superman number 5. Number 2 is World's Finest number 16. And my number 1 book, you talked about it briefly, but I have Ultimate Invasion number 1. It is my book of the week, my number 1 book. Yeah, I'm gonna go simp mode on Jonathan Hickman here for a little bit, so y'all get settled and get comfortable because it's gonna be a minute. Jonathan Hickman, bringing back the Ultimate Universe. And something I did not think would be happening. I thought that the Ultimate Universe would be just done and forgotten about, but they got him back. And Jonathan Hickman, I think this is something right up his alley. He does a lot of really good science fiction storytelling. You can read his Fantastic Four run, you can read his Avengers run, Hoxpox, but nothing after Hoxpox. And I think all of that just kind of lends to his credibility and the way he writes this science fiction really, really well. He did also write some Ultimate miniseries. He did Ultimate Thor, I believe, and then he did one with Hawkeye. He might have done one other one as well. But yeah, I'm a really big fan of Jonathan Hickman. Even the data charts, I know a lot of people say, oh, that's not comics. I enjoy reading the data charts. I think they're a lot of fun. The way he ties everything, because he's got an architectural education, so the way his mind kind of connects everything, I find it really interesting. But yeah, I think the Maker, I think he's always had potential to be a really cool villain. Even after bringing him into the main Marvel universe, I thought the Maker would make for a cool villain. He just seemed to not be used very much.
Yep.
And then yeah, I think that if Jonathan Hickman is able to do something with Miles Morales to make him an interesting character, I think that'll only help Miles's character right now, because all of his stories are basically, at this point, they're basically redos of Peter Parker stories. Extreme Carnage or Absolute, whatever Carnage event we're on, it's basically a copy of the original Carnage event and the original Carnage stories. So if he's able to do something fresh and unique with Miles Morales, I think that will only be a big boost to the character. I do also love seeing Bryan Hitch on this. I think this might be the project that he signed on for. That's why he's not working on the JSA. He was originally supposed to be working on the JSA with Jeff Johns. But yeah, I'm really looking for it. I hope this does well. I don't think this will just be a 5-issue or 6-issue mini event. I think that there's going to be ramifications. If the Ultimate Universe does come back, they'll probably start pumping out a few titles having to do with that, or I'm not sure.
As far as the price for $9, I was just thinking about what else has been put out for $9 in the past. Well, DC does their holiday specials or their little anthology books for $9.
Yeah,
and it's usually a lot of shit writers.
Also, Wonder Woman number 800 this week too.
Wow. Only good story in there was Tom King. Well, I take it back. The Joelle Jones was okay.
Yeah.
Eric Fleur.
But this is just one writer. It's not an anthology.
No, so. and that's what I like. Is you're paying $9 for this writer. Is this writer worth it? It's Jonathan Hickman. He's proven that he can write. So he's a good writer.
Yeah.
That he cares about the comic books.
Yeah, I don't like paying over $5 for a comic, but there are a handful of creators where if you have their name on it,
Like I
I
said,
will spend the money.
I still believe that Hickman, the reason he left Marvel originally is the fact they wouldn't let him do what he wanted to do with X-Men. He said, "Screw you," and he left. So I think the only reason that he's back is because they said, "You know what? We'll give you full control."
Well, if they gave him like this whole universe and like you just make the rules, you can have free
Can you
reign.
imagine that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
could be cool. I'm looking forward to it. I've seen some other characters that like the ones they're using on the covers. Like it looks like Magic is going to be involved from the X-Men,
yeah.
which could be interesting. Hulk could be interesting. So yeah, I'm intrigued, and I want to see what Hickman has planned. It's been a long time since I've been engrossed in a Hickman book. Um, we went through the Hickman Fantastic Four run not too long ago.
Yeah.
Greatest Fantastic Four run ever, in my opinion. His Avengers run I've gone through. Uh, the entire run itself is okay. It's not my favorite, but his event that he did that tied into that, the Infinity event, I think is the last good event that Marvel ever had. So he's capable of writing these huge, epic, cosmic, sci-fi related stories, and I'm hoping to see more of that
Yeah,
with Ultimate Invasion.
check out Skip and Tosh's channel on YouTube. He basically
Yeah,
uploads the streams that you and Ash and him, we're doing on
yeah.
on the Hickman books.
We were doing
So,
a little Hickman journey. We went through
so
his Fantastic Four. We started to go through Secret Warriors, which was his very first title at Marvel, or one of his first titles at Marvel.
also
Um,
I want to give a little shout out to little Rhaegar for showing up. Rhaegar, how do you not know what time this show is coming on? It's the same time every single week. I think you just woke up. You had a little.
don't chastise the chat. He might have been eating dinner or something.
I'm thinking maybe he's like our boy Angleton. Maybe he had a little onion nap.
No, onions kill Angleton. They don't make
onions are awesome though. So, did it show up in your feed? Always go to the Geeky Puppet Show. You'll be there. Click on live.
Maybe we're shadow banned.
We're shadow banned. Oh.
Undead, I mean, I'm sure to an extent it probably is a little bit of exploitation. It's also a larger book than normal too. It is 56 pages.
You know what's gonna happen now because you said that. Palpatine's gonna be like, I'm the Shadow Band Puppet King.
The Shadow Man Puppet King. That's I'm looking forward to that.
Well, anyway, honestly, I don't think this is overpriced. The next issue drops down to $5.99 for the rest of the series.
Issue number 2, 3, 4, they drop down to $5, which is still pricey, but
Yeah. For a dumb reason, it said 24 hours.
24 hours.
I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway.
That's my number 1, and I hope to be singing its praises when I come back on Thursday.
All right. So look at some of the trades coming out this week. If you haven't got a chance to click all the Junkyard Joes, here's your Joe. It's right there on trade.
That is the one book you should all be. Is that $15? Am I
$15 coming out for Image?
$15 for
Image holding the line at $14.99.
It's what, 6 issues, I think, huh?
Junkyard 6 issues for $15.
6 for $15.
And if you go on the in-stock trades, it'll be even cheaper than that.
Probably be like 12 or 13. Yeah.
Oh, can you imagine if it's down to like 7?
That'd be crazy. I don't think they would do that. They probably lose.
I am curious, sir. I want to know.
Because if you're getting 6 individual issues in a trade for $15, that saves you. I mean, 6 copies at $4 is $24. So you're saving at least $10 or so with the trade. So yeah, definitely recommend that Junkyard Joe.
Wow.
How cheap is it?
I'm looking to see if they even have it listed yet. Not yet.
Oh, that's weird. Let's see. You've also got Deadpool by Alyssa Wong. I Hate Fairyland. I think Undead Quinn, aren't you reading I Hate Fairyland, or is that somebody else? Somebody in our chat reads I Hate Fairyland.
Yeah, you just posted it.
Yeah. You've got the Wolverine Epic Collection. This is To the Bone. Da-na-na-na-na.
I'm about the phrase if you haven't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't scroll down, so I don't know what to do.
No, that's okay. I'm just waiting for my PC to.
If you would like Vinkman to get a better computer, please feel free to donate to the Ko-Fi, and we'll use the funds. We'll steal them from Puppetine and use them to give Vinkman a better computer.
I'm gonna drop from Opera.
Scrolling down the list, at least on my screen, there is also a trade paperback of the 1989 movie adaptation of Batman, written by Denny O'Neil and drawn by Jerry Ordway, who is RDV's favorite artist, or one of his favorite artists. So that is really cool. This is not Batman 89, the recent miniseries that came out. This is the original adaptation that I think was probably released around 1989 or 1990, somewhere around there. Other than that, I mean, there's Captain America, Symbol of Truth. That's the Sam Wilson one. I don't know a lot of people clamoring to read that one. There's a Young Hellboy trade or hardcover coming out called Young Hellboy: Assault on Castle Death. That looks kind of cool.
Sonic the Hedgehog, get that. Volume 14. That can't be that bad.
Sonic the Hedgehog, it's not terrible. That's probably the only good thing coming from IDW, honestly, is their Sonic the Hedgehog line. I've read a few issues.
Here you go. Right here. So we got some Rafael De La Torre doing some art on Hailstone. The Dark Horse Comics. And then we have Captain America. This is the variant cover, I believe, of the Frank Cho. This is basically the Volume 2, The Red Skull Lives. And this is the Red Skull with the Cosmic Cube, where he switches bodies with the Captain America.
Nice.
You see the Vault of Horror. Check that out. That's always fun to have. This is Volume 3. All these are $120 too. Dead Mall. Little fun, little supernatural kind of horror story. Psychological too. Check it out. That's fun. Resident Alien, if you're a fan of that, if you didn't get a chance to pick up their individual issues, pick it up for $20. Also, the Omnibus, it's really a fun book. You can skip the Flash, Fastest Man Live, because that's the Kenny Porter Flash, and then it has.
That's the one that's tied into the movie, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not really that great.
Yeah.
Mighty Marvel Masterworks. There you go. That's the version I want right there.
That's cool.
It's holding the Cosmic Cube. And then Archie and Friends Escapes. Yep. $12.99. But some cool books coming out this week. Okay, that was the other one here. Batman the '89 movie adaptation is also thrown in with the Flash box set. I would recommend getting the Neil Adams book by itself.
Huh.
Yes.
That's a weird book to have. I mean, I guess it makes sense because the Flash has Michael Keaton Batman in it.
And that's why it's thrown in the box set.
Okay, yeah. It's weird, but I get it.
So if you want this is not Neil Adams. Sorry, not Neil Adams. This is Denny O'Neil writing this.
Yes, Denny O'Neil and Jerry Ordway doing the
art. Very fun book. $15, man. If you don't already have it, or can't find it, but get in trade format. So, but Junkyard Joe, Wolverine, and then Batman. And then, that's pretty much of it. I can't recommend anything related to something else. Planet Hulk, maybe, Warbreaker.
That's not the original Planet Hulk.
That's a new one.
They revisited Planet Hulk recently because all Marvel can do is sequels of their great events. But I recommend go find the original Planet Hulk, or even better, the original World War Hulk.
So
the original World War Hulk was great.
Yeah. So hope you guys had fun tonight. Check over by I Love Comics. We'll be going live over there. Not talking about comics, but we'll be doing some Marvel RPG. Yes. I don't know how the hell I got talked into this, but I'm giving it more time to sit there and listen to Dalton for an hour. So I'll be grabbing my desk whiskey. And I'll see you guys over in a couple minutes.
What do you think I drink out of this? What do you think this is? You think this is water?
I don't know, but there's an anime check on there.
There is. This is my One Piece water canteen.
Do you put stickers on there?
Yeah, my sister got me some for my birthday.
Oh, okay.
I don't go buying stickers.
I thought you got a Hot Topic. And for those of you who are a fan of One Piece, it's coming to Netflix.
I have thoughts on that. No, it's a television show.
Oh, is it a television show? Really?
It's a show. Yeah, it's like 8 episodes. I have thoughts on that. Who knows? Maybe I'll talk. Maybe we'll talk.
Maybe you and I will do a review on that because honestly, I want to watch the live action and just laugh and just how bad it is, and just wonder how bad it is in the cartoon series as well.
It's probably gonna be bad. It's probably not gonna be half as
the
good.
CG where he does the fist and he announces a superhero thing.
That's not bad. That was not bad. I did not have a problem with that.
Yeah,
but
is that filled with Bud Light?
No, I can't drink Bud Light. That's gross.
No.
All beer is gross.
Devin's like Gollum. He won't let you get near it.
Yeah.
He just hisses at you. It's mine, precious. That's what I want now. Can we have Devin, whatever his name is, have him dress up as Gollum, holding the Bud Light and saying "My precious"?
I don't need that in my life.
Get on that.
I really don't need that in my life. No, thank you.
All right. See you guys over on I Love Comics in a few minutes. All right.
Be there or be square.
And if you want to help out the channel, there is a little link here you can go to, ko-fi.com/Puppetine. If you drop $1, it makes you eligible to basically tell us what book we should do a retrospective or a reading on. All you have to give us $1. If you want to give us more, every single dollar that donate to us goes towards to our our StreamYard, which is a monthly bill, $25 or more. We also have the Marvel and the DC apps we also pay for as well too. And also paying for Zach to be cool. We're getting him cool lessons, you know.
You need to get your money back on that then.
Yeah, we're so.
Yeah. Whatever
He's a worthless cause. Oh, I did it the wrong way.
Whatever you're spending is not enough.
All right, guys. See you in a few.